Have you ever found yourself in a situation when you're struggling to find a way out? Look no further. This message is for you. So the title of this message is The Way Out. And if you're new to the channel and don't know who I am, I'm T. Howard, the speaker, where I share daily inspiration, daily motivation, daily prayers, and I'm all about sharing and being transparent with life experiences. So today, we're going to be diving in and we're going to talk about finding a deeper understanding on the way out. So hope you'll enjoy this video. So the first thing first is identifying and understanding difficulties. See, we also experience challenges, struggles, even if it's personal, relationship, business-wise. We all learn from those things. But today we're going to go into a deeper discussion about how we understand these difficulties. And I want to start off with a scripture first. So look, let me pull up the Bible right quick. From 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 8 through 9. And it says, "We are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, or perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed." See, this verse reminds us of while we face hardships, we endure. We have so much strength to endure whatever, what we're going through. So in 2 Corinthians, in that message, it shows the difference. Like, we can go through a struggle, but God will never abandon us. We may feel like this the end, but it's just a way to, get to a new beginning. So understanding those difficulties, I want to lay out an illustration for y'all from the story of Paul and Silas, where they was, in prison for their faith. But that didn't stop them. They continued to pray and just sing hymns to God. And then an incredible miracle happened, where the earthquake shook the prison doors open and chains start to break and there was release. So this just shows you signs of how God, when we worship God, it can lead you to freedom. So by you understanding and holding on to your faith, hard times don't, last, but tough people do. So you got to understand your faith is where your help relies. Not only your help, where you could find God in, in the midst of turmoil, in the midst of pain, whatever situation, just hold on to your faith. And it's going to get you out of that situation. It's going to get you out of that mind state. So when you're going through these difficult times, I told you the first pinpoint is understanding your difficulties. And once you get a grip on it by understanding, trials may come to test. Then the next thing you want to do is seek guidance. You always want to seek guidance from God. And the scripture always tells us this, and I always like to use scripture for reference, and because the words of God is always true. So the scripture comes from Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6, where they say, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding, and submit to him, and he'll make your path straight." This is telling you, if you feel like you're going this way, that direction, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding, because this where it comes complex, when we want to lean to our own understanding. And now we have so much doubt. And when doubt starts to seep in, then you have questions for God. But you don't want to have questions for God. You want to be able to trust in God. Like I say, trusting the Lord with your whole heart and lean not to your own understanding. That's something that we really struggle with in this world, because we are human. We are facing adversity. We are facing difficult times. We are facing hardships. And this will make us say, okay, God, I don't know where I'm going or where I'm headed. But you got to make a different thought pattern. God, I don't know where I'm at, but I trust in you to guide me back on track. See, we can find these times in dark moments, but we also can be brought out of these dark moments. Just like I was telling you the story of Paul and Silas, where they really just worshiped the Lord, and that led them to freedom. And how the prison was, shook, and the doors started opening. So think about that. Cultivate this, reflect on it, meditate, whatever you got to do, because it's going to bring you out of your season of, difficulties, turmoil, rough waters, patch, brokenness. because God is there with who is crushed in spirit. So remember these things that I'm trying to tell you and teach you, because that's always a way about a situation. In a scenario that you're going through, God will lead you through. He will see you through, and you'll be able to carry on. Give you a little bit of advice. Next time you feel yourself in an uncomfortable or not understanding the difficulties that you're in, take time to pray. Take time to pray and meditate, because God is always there listening. He's listening to guide you. Whatever scenario, whatever situation, or whatever disturbance in your spirit, he's ready to guide you out of that situation. And remember, you're not alone. You're not meant to walk this path by yourself. Just because you feel like the weight of the world is just on you, it got so many other people out there maybe going through similar things that you're going through. But everybody walks is different. But everybody has the time and the effort to surrender and pray to God to be with you in that journey. So I really hope that helped you. So next time you have in a difficult situation, you can resort back to what I was telling you. But I want to read another scripture that goes along with you. We are not meant to walk this path alone. And it comes from Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9 through 10. And it states, "Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up." See, it's vital for us to keep people that's pouring into you, helping you, supporting you, and being very supportive. We need those type of individuals in our life. You know, God just placed it in my spirit just now talking about the parables of the sheep, and about the parable of the lost sheep. Consider the parable of the lost sheep. And hold on, let me pull up the scripture. Luke 15, chapter 3, verse 7. Parable story of the lost sheep, where they had 99 sheep, and the shepherd went out to look for that one sheep. It shows how much we should show care to one another and reach out to help that person that's feeling down. So that's why I say surround yourself with supportive people. So it's important to really surround yourself and ask God for the discernment to tell what type of people that you have in your life. The ones that uplift you and help you and give a reaching hand, or the ones that's trying to pull you down, that don't want to see you do better than them. So another thing I could talk to you about is finding strength when you need it the most. See, you have to remember and go to scripture. A scripture that speaks to this is from Romans, where it says, just find joy in every moment. So the next time that you find yourself not understanding your difficulties and you figure there's no way out, trust God, because God's going to lead you on your way out. So look for God for guidance, seek God for guidance, trust in Him with your whole heart, and stop leaning to your own understanding. That's what brings confusion, not clarity. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this was some good insight. And I recommend that you go back, read Acts 16, talking about Paul and Silas, how their worship led them to freedom, and how God can do an incredible miracle in your life. So stop living in disbelief and start believing. Exercise your faith daily. Hey, this is my time. I'm T. Howard, the speaker. This is going to end the conclusion of the way out. Hey, there's always a way out. Much love and blessings.